It was an October afternoon. It was sunny.
A Sunday in 1997, 14-year-old Lydia Perkins was at her boyfriend's house off Versailles Road.
They cut through this driveway right here, actually. There's a fence behind this house. They jumped the fence, walked this sidewalk, and then he continued to walk her home.
The two teenagers walked down Hamilton Court. I retraced her steps with Lexington police detectives.
In October, it'd be fall, and the leaves would be falling. People would be working in their yards. So that's another issue in this case of why it kind of it puzzles us why no one saw the walk home with a boyfriend and Lydia.
Hamilton Court dead ends. The kids cut through a picket fence into the next neighborhood and kept walking. It's something they'd done before.
He would regularly walk her home or walk her most of the way home.
When they reached the corner of Rugby Road and Piccadilly, they stopped.
200 yards at the most. So from here to there she vanishes, never to be heard from
So
again.
they say goodbye, he turns around and leaves.
He goes back home. He heads back home as he had done before when he'd walked her home.
Her boyfriend didn't walk her to the front door because she didn't want her mom to know they were seeing each other. In 11 years, there have been suspects in her disappearance, like her mom's boyfriend who admitted they didn't get along.
So, of course, he was the first person that we had interest in. After talking to him, then it became interest in her boyfriend because he was actually the last person to see Lydia alive.
His story seems to check out, too.
How hard would it be for a 14-year-old 11 years ago to survive if they just took off on their own?
11 years ago, I would think that it would be more difficult than it is today. Today, kids have networking sites through the internet to meet people that otherwise they would never have had contact with.
Police have pieced together a timeline. Even though Lydia was reported missing 2 other times, she was always found and she had never strayed too far.
Lydia had a lot of friends in the neighborhood that knew her, that she hung out with.
More evidence she would not have run away for good in this Mother's Day note.
Dear Mom, I just wanted you to know I love you, and even though at times I don't act like it, I plan to make you proud of me.
During the last 11 years, age progression photos have been released. This is the latest. Lydia Perkins would be 26 years old now. Look closely. Does she look familiar? Maybe you can help police find the wanted. In this case, a teenage girl who disappeared without a trace 11 years ago.